Drew, back in Milwaukee, is there ever a time when you go back to a city that you've played in and you think to yourself, it's nice to come back and kind of retouch?
Totally. Yeah. No. Especially the ones you have fond memories of. This is a city where my first daughter was born. So my wife went through a 60-hour labor, and so it was a tough experience, but then it was a pretty awesome experience.
Tell us a little bit about you're here in Milwaukee. You go through in a fair-sized market. You start out your career. You go through some ups and downs through the course of it. What was the experience like here playing?
It was a really good year. Wow, one of my best. We've as a team and also individually, it was my first chance to really get the ball, kind of carry the ball. When I was in Manitoba before that, I had a couple good years, but had some pretty good goalies that I had to share the net with on a regular occurrence. I still had a really good goalie in Milwaukee, Mark Dekanich, but I got to play a lot, and I think we tied for first overall that year. So it was a really good year. It was we had a really young team similar to this, but it was fun. It was like I said, it was a big year for me, and. But it was a great city. It was a great experience. My wife and I really enjoyed it here.
It was, if you look back, even just looking at stats, I think people can surmise it was a bit of a breakout year. You're hoping, I think, for a little bit of a breakout playoffs here as well with the Toronto Marlies. Heading into the playoffs, did things change from your position?
I don't know. I don't know if you can say things don't change, but I mean, you definitely look at it somewhat differently. But at the same time, you really just, like I've been saying, the biggest thing is staying in the moment. You might put a little more urgency on that moment, but at the end of the day, it's just staying in that moment and stopping that first shot of game one, and that's all you really think about.
Looking out of those six now, say 7 or 8 guys that are in front of you defensively, you've got 3 young guys that have come along tremendously over the course of the season. What are your thoughts on their progression?
On defense?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, they have. I don't have enough. I'll be here all day talking about those guys. All our D. It's been really cool to watch them. I wasn't sure what to expect with half of them, but it's been really just a steadying. Halsey's been there to kind of steady the ship the whole year, and he competes the way he competes, and his attention to detail and his battle level is just it wears off on the other guys, and especially the younger guys.
Coming into a 5-game series, as a team, do you prepare any differently than a 7-game series? It seems an obvious question, but
no, it's a good question. It's you don't, but yet at the same time you put that, like I said about the goaltending, you put just more urgency on the moment and on the start. I'm not saying if we lose game 1 we're going to lose the series, but you put a bit more emphasis on having a good start of the series, and but at the end of the day, it's the same amount of games for both teams.